Alright, here we go. Let's just start this all over again. So, this is Team Chro. They're going to be playing on King's Row. This is from... I forget who his name is, but it's this guy. He's a DPS fill, so we're going to see it from his angle.
Still no sight. Reinhardt. Zenyatta in the back by telephone.
Alright, let's find this Zenyatta and let's go kill him.
Zenyatta in the back by telephone.
Yeah, he's still back there.
Zenyatta
Half
half.
One.
Zenyatta.
Zenyatta discorded. They have a Reaper, they have a Reaper, they have a Reaper, they have a Reaper.
Diva.
Okay.
Discorded.
Diva.
Keep out on mic.
Ryan discorded.
Ryan one.
Reaper discorded.
Get Chro.
Oh, you got that. Yeah, so I think that was a fine attack. I would say Winston...
Ah, damn it. Fucking
Reaper.
concussive. Yeah, he's gonna get away.
I would say tell people before you're diving in when you dive in.
My concussive mind didn't go far
We're in
enough.
the alley. We're in the alleyway.
Procom.
Alleyway.
It worked.
Hey, no,
Gary,
alley. Alright, let's just ride this
no,
part.
it worked.
Manos, get back. I don't want to stick, man.
Oh,
That was a good mind jump.
They have no hit scan. Oh, they do.
They have
Never mind.
McCree. Alright.
You got my
Still never seen.
so we're going to be pushing up a little bit.
They're on around the corner in the alleyway. Diva discorded.
Diva.
So, immediately, you don't want them to be set up here. Oh. Right? You need to punish the fact that they have to traverse, because they all died, they have to go from over here, down this way, over to here. You have to punish them for traversing any space. Force these shields up early. You could have probably had 6 to 1200 damage on this Reinhardt shield already. You gotta get there beforehand and start putting pressure on them immediately. Make them take as long as possible and use as many resources as possible.
Okay, alright. No, wait.
Diva.
Alright, I'm gonna go find the Zenyatta in the back.
Okay.
Alright, this is the 3rd or 4th Junkrat I've seen. When they shoot, they always run at someone. You don't have to run at the guy. You give up your positioning if you do that.
Oh, she used it? What?
They use the revs, but it's
Diva
not
half.
happening.
Diva half.
Diva.
Also, when you were when a res goes off, is always a good time to tire.
Zen.
Mercy.
Keep out of mic.
Progress, come back.
Also, your diva probably should have been pushing up.
Echo, what the fuck? Why are you out there?
Healing you.
Oh my god, Echo.
I thought that was enemy trap.
Alright, they have Reinhardt ult, Diva ult.
Yeah, usually the tanks have to be in front, not just sitting on a carry.
and Zenyatta ult. No, they just used it.
Yeah, Mercy
they used-
hasn't been able to go through it.
You're gonna
Diva
sit
top
up
left.
there.
Diva. Up top.
Oh, she's out.
Diva discorded. Mercy discorded, she out of position. Alright. They have a Diva discorded.
Mercy down. Diva on Halo.
Whoa, that was almost really stupid of us.
I thought, yeah, I thought you were gonna kill yourself there.
I thought I could press Q fast enough. Ryan discorded.
Tony Archer.
Diva discorded. Ryan discorded.
Oh no! Thank you.
Keep out of mic.
So when you're using Diva ult and Junkrat ult at the same time,
I know you have one.
they're forced to run away from the Diva ult, and they can't do anything about it. Right? They can't turn and face the tire because they're busy running away. What you need to do is you need to track the people hiding around corners with the tire and kill them as they're hiding.
It's okay.
Or take away a shield that everyone's depending on as the Diva ult goes off. Those are the 2 real good ways to get a bunch of kills.
Discorded up top.
Diva.
Let's find the Zenyatta in the back.
Why not just get what's...
Oh, Jesus Christ, Winston.
Zenyatta's an easy target.
Progress, don't say it's an easy target when it's a fucking Zen all the way in the back.
They're in the room in the middle.
Ryan?
Reinhardt.
Good job there.
Oh, that sucks.
They res.
Yeah. We need to back off. Probably.
No,
Yeah,
you
we
can
do.
fight. But,
I already lost res getting progress back.
alright. Backing up.
Progress, just go for the front targets.
Team Chro, reason why I call it progress. Oh, and he goes, it's easy. It's an easy pickoff, and the Winston dives over everyone, and he has no one with him. Like, it's not an easy pickoff. Okay, I was gonna say you gotta start taking the high ground. Trap the high ground.
Reaper in the middle room. Reaper.
I'm going into the middle room for discorded. Reaper hack.
Okay.
There we go. No, no, no. Okay. That killed me.
Okay. Going.
Eh?
Progress down.
Reinhardt on cart.
Diva?
Reaper.
Mercy on the left, coming in now.
Ah. That shot would have hit too.
Zenyatta
This whole thing, you're very, very close. You're so close.
You got a mech.
A lot of unnecessary risk.
Way.
Ryan discorded. Soldier discorded. I'm down.
And you guys died too at different times.
This is a good time to tire. Oh, no. You only got a couple teammates.
I should have.
Again, you're committing way too far forward.
Reaper above?
Diva coming to you, Tommy.
Diva behind.
Diva on ring.
To this Diva.
I like how you check behind him.
Get her out of time.
I need heal.
Diva down. Okay. How'd you die?
He licks next to me.
Go.
Zenyatta discorded and back. You wanna go for it? Get this Reinhardt, please.
Reinhardt.
Yeah, go on the... Yeah, exactly.
Soldier discorded.
I can't shoot.
Widow.
Reaper on payload. We got her on payload.
Reaper no race.
Reaper discorded.
Reaper no race. Reaper.
Use your trap more. I mean, you're getting some kills, but man, look how much you're committing yourself. You're not looking at the next thing. You're so far forward that...
Kill me behind. She's behind.
Tracer.
Tracer fell. Oh,
Mercy discorded. On the left.
There she is.
nice shot.
Here you go.
Oh.
Yeah, again, you're so far forward, you're unable to see the next step. You're too much concentrated in the moment right now. Right? Because, what, we got blue, we can do it on the red side. Because as the payload's here, you're just on top of the payload and you can only see one thing. Or another thing. Remember, Junkrat, no fall off. The only good thing you get out of closeness is 1, accuracy increase, and 2, trap. But if you're back here, you can easily see people come out around both sides, kill who you need to, and then move on. This is like the second or third time I've seen a Junkrat have like this odd issue of just running at someone whenever they're shooting at them.
One in the window.
Okay.
The widow.
Just don't peek.
So Junkrat, for this basic strategy on King's Row, yeah, you dominate this room, and essentially, if you see them congregating over here, yeah, you take them out there. If you see someone that goes back this way, you plug this choke point full of grenades.
Oh shit. She got to the balcony.
Widow on the balcony.
What are you doing out there, Progress?
Someone going to the far side.
Sorry on
Just
the
trapped
far
him.
side.
Yeah, behind
Sorry,
two snipers.
Oh,
Hanzo.
Ah, that's scatter.
My genius is finally recognized.
Shield's going low.
Hanzo discorded on balcony.
all right.
Mercy on the
Trap.
This is where you back off.
Got him. I need healing.
All right.
Yeah, it's just
So whenever you got a couple kills, like 3 or 4 kills, at least as a Junkrat, I usually like to back off and just make sure I live, because you're an easy target at times.
Sorry, I just
And they're looking for some type of trade on the first point in most maps, just so they can get a numbers advantage for the next fight. Also, Dr. Ghosty, or Ghost 5, thank you so much for the sub, man. Welcome to the team.
right?
Anna's low. Anna's
Oh, fuck off. Damn it.
Yeah, got too greedy. I was going to say your other tire was very greedy as well. You could have killed the Zen and Mercy from farther away. Your right side stuff's getting blown up. Expect someone coming through hotel soon.
shield low.
shit. We're stuck.
Go in.
Oh, they have a Pharah
Zarya
too.
discorded. Zarya 1.
Oh, you're hitting tab too much, man. Again, there it was another time. You just run at them for no reason. Also, you're hitting tab instead of shooting.
Mercy res 2. Ryan.
It doesn't matter what is dead. It matters what's alive in front of you and what you can kill.
Mercy.
Yeah. This is the issue you get when being up close.
Mercy and Pharah above us. We're gonna need hit scan for that.
I hear steps. There you go. Just wipe it out.
Get rid of the high charge zone.
Oh, you should have got the health pack. I was just thinking about that. I was like, all right, you're trying to save charge for Mercy, but getting the health pack isn't bad.
We're all soldiers now.
So you switch to soldier because of the Pharaoh, which is fine.
Bear discorded.
Nice.
Okay, far down. I'm gonna die.
Yo,
Shit.
Wombo.
Fuck. Mercy discorded.
You guys just defend the first point?
Just lift.
You guys can do this.
Progress switch to Junkrat. What are you doing going to Junkrat, Progress?
Move res.
We're gonna rest that?
Run, Matos, run.
Echo.
You run away from him? There you go. Oh.
Nope.
Oh my god. Tara's on my shit.
Again, you weren't keeping your distance. Oh, let me check. Did he run at him again as Yeah, you run at people again, even as soldier.
Ah!
Nope.
Oh my god.
So you need to keep your space.
He's finally
Um,
recognized.
Yeah. Fall back, don't fall forward.
We forced 3 ults out though.
Ralphie, what up?
That's good. Yeah.
I'm alive.
Kersey with the 713 sub.
I don't know how much.
Thanks for the sub, Kersey.
Do all that.
Hope you're having a good time.
Good job.
I'm gonna try and not get sniped. Hanzo up here.
Yeah, I know, I heard him.
Yeah.
That's why I stayed with you.
He's up top again.
You are not with your team.
Split, guys.
We're split. Go to the main alley.
Good. Good.
Oh no, Reinhardt. Bitch.
Ah, this is gonna be a hard one to take with Pharah.
Back up.
Someone trapped.
Where? Now move up.
They're going to be flanking with that ferret to the top left.
Oh, fuck. Jesus. Fuck.
You can see the ferret shots coming.
Damn it.
Uh,
No.
so as a team, you have to, if you're just sitting there getting picked off, you have to make a choice. Either go forward or something.
I thought I had. It said 2. I thought I could get more people back.
Alright, back
Oh,
up.
she
Team
just
Chro,
rests.
Tomato switch off soldier.
You have to make a decision. You can't just like.
Matos has ult. I'll go.
Made us-
Here's the thing: if you lose 1 or 2, get the fuck out. Everyone at once. You have to get out. This is what happens on ladder all the time: is that they get a pick and teams just like, oh, we'll fight through it, and then they die 2 seconds by 2 seconds by 2 seconds. Next guy spawns up. All of a sudden, the stagger that could have been just like 5-6 seconds is now like 20-30 seconds. A lot more clear-cut decisions. Either go in and all die together, or
That sucks.
you know,
Okay, it works out.
don't. Then get out and don't defend the point at all.
Alright. What else do we have? We have needle bolt.
Hanzo shooting through the doorway. Do not peek in there.
Running Maid Junkrat now.
She's one.
Who's one?
Also, people are not discussing these changes. They're just doing them. Mercy's above you.
Kidding me? How was I so low?
Fuck me.
Er,
I don't
We do
reload.
not know and we do not care about this. You gotta focus, man. You're right.
So this May pick, it makes no sense, and neither does the Junkrat pick.
Can't like have
Like, since you're doing 6s, now it's the time to talk about picks. And if a Pharah's whooping your ass, you don't go May, Junkrat. Also, remember, May is all about accuracy with her right click. So, yeah. You guys have one more second than them.
Oh my god, that Hanzo and Farah wreck our shit.
Hanzo Farah progress you're complaining about, and you went May.
Who's coming back
Just
from
shut
that?
up.
Oh. Here we go. What a blood round.
Even order-
My genius is finally
So
recognized.
you're all by yourself over there.
I see it now, the share button. Yay! You saw it before, man. This is your 413 sub, D-Main! Thank you!
They have a Hanto as well.
Oh, that works.
Go on.
Sorry, discorded just quick.
Ah,
Hanto's up top. Sorry, one.
Are you fucking kidding me, man?
Didn't we tell you not to dive?
Hanto
Mercy's
discorded.
Good pick.
Still low. Can't do anything. Shooting for me.
Good job, Manos.
Mercy behind you.
Oh, that Mercy.
Discorded.
Mercy, 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 mercy.
Alright, well, they're definitely going to have res for the next fight.
Arrow discorded.
There you go. That's using. I like that concussive mine usage. You need a good rotation there. You got the Hanzo from behind.
making sure.
But just be careful. A good player is going to hear that.
You're not dead.
I was dead. I was coming back
Just
from
shut
that.
up. Shit, need healing.
Zarya. Far on point.
These callouts are a little bit weird.
Fire discorded. She's after me.
Oh, fuck.
Get in there.
So, I don't know who's calling out what person to attack,
Okay.
but it sounds like they're just screaming out names for the hell of it. Don't call it Zarya when there's literally only a Junkrat shooting at her. There's like no openings, there's no nothing. It's like you just saw them. And going out that far would have been an overcommitment.
Just gotta wipe him off.
Already you're showing way too much.
Tony, how'd you get picked?
So, whenever overtime hits on a payload like this, back out completely. Get all 6 together. And then attack as 6. Don't peek, don't do anything, don't try to get pickoffs. Especially when they have a Hanzo. And look, yeah, you guys are already split a bit.
Go on the point, guys. How far are we gonna let him push it? Needles, if you have a little.
No one said they wanted to attack there.
Mercy down.
Sounds like a good time to.
What the actual fuck?
I pushed you.
Okay, so they got off the point, luckily enough.
Fuck 'em.
And that's where the flanking happens. They flanked, but they overflanked.
3 to 4. Switching sides. Prepare to attack.
Why does the stream look low quality? Oh, it's because of the video. I don't want to stream high quality. I care about consistency on when I'm watching a video. I don't want any of that buffering shit.
Okay. I'll stick with games.
So let's see how you guys attack. You got a Diva, you got a Winston.
Round one, any
Stay
cheese?
lined up.
Diva, soldiers in the back right.
Tony needs help.
Where the fuck are they?
You got Anna on the left.
You're focusing me.
Okay, good shots there.
Behind.
Now your Wins.
Behind.
Anna's fucking A. I couldn't get her. Fuck.
Your progress, you're diving alone. I don't know what you're expecting to happen. But the reason why dive comp works is because there's so many of them diving. Instead of diving in the center of them, look for a weakness. Like this soldier is what the Diva and Winston should be focusing on.
We're not.
Don't just dive alone in the middle of a group. You're going to lose that every single time.
Shit. Good job, progress. Mercy in the hotel. hotel. Mercy in the hotel.
Yeah, we need to get the Mercy. She's gonna
Help
res.
me, fuck!
Oh, I trapped the Mercy.
Dead, Mercy dead. Mercy dead.
Soldiers on the right.
There we go.
So one thing is that he goes. Someone said Mercy in hotel.
There we go.
Hotel is to your left. If you didn't, so this is hotel over here. That should be where you're going. If someone goes Mercy's in hotel and you're a Junkrat, it is your goddamn job to get in that hotel, close an area, and kill a Mercy.
Someone go get her.
She's pinned down.
So again, yes, this is what you want to do. Put pressure on this Reinhardt.
Oh, okay.
Workers.
What?
He charged me.
I like how Progress is upset when he dove past the Reinhardt.
Alright, let's see if this
Mercy
will
discorded.
apply.
No,
Oh,
never
fuck
res.
off.
Yeah, you got greedy with it.
Reaper discorded. Reaper 1.
Ah, you just...
Mercy discorded. Mercy.
You should be trapping as well. There it is.
We got
Diva
this,
discorded.
guys.
And you're running right at her again. That's definitely a habit you gotta get rid of.
Echo, how many assists did you get?
I have no idea.
Tough game, but good job, guys.
The main says, I wish I was a better Junkrat watching you as help. Thanks. Yeah, no problem.
Just not able to do anything.
So, the big thing is with you guys is that, one, progress on Winston. The whole thing about dive comp working... Hold on. So the only reason dive comp works is not because of one character doing one thing going after an entire team. Dive comp works because the entire team kills one person instantly. That's it. That's the only reason dive comp works. So if you're just diving a Winston, you're doing a 6v1 every time, I expect you to die every time. And even if you get lucky and you do get a pick and then you die after that, I would still say that's shitty technique because you're just praying that the other team is really bad. So you can't be doing that. Either you dive on someone as a team, so your diva needs to back up right away, like back up with you. She should be covering you on the descent in. Or you could find a person out on the outskirts because you have the movement abilities as a Winston and diva. That soldier was on the high ground. That's like easy target. Winston can jump on him, diva can back up, so she can soak up the Helix rocket and some shots, allow the Winston to get the kill. Yeah. As for the Junkrat or the who are watching specifically, just get rid of the whole running at people thing. I think there's a lot of tunnel vision. In fact, I guarantee there's a lot of tunnel vision. I notice this when I play on my Smurf. People get intense tunnel vision in those games. They run up to people and they just shoot this person that's like 2 feet in front of them, and that's it. No one sits back and, you know, does their job. Yeah. When you use your concussive mind for high jump, you jump right before hitting it or just walk over it? So here's the thing about concussive mind. Because it's designed to be consistent, concussive mind blows up in a sphere, right? If you are anywhere on that sphere, it does the same exact thing to you. So I usually use it at the farthest distance away from it while jumping is what I use for concussive mind. Because I want to get that 1-2 feet extra. Because if you detonate it from the center, if you're right above it and it shoots you this far, well, I'd rather just do that, right? Okay, it says progress switches to Mei when threatened. I don't know how to make them stop. The Mei pick is actually really bad. Mei is a pick. Either like a diva's annoying you and she's really close. The problem is Mei sucks at close range. I know she can freeze people, but at close range, any DPS person can outkill you faster than you can freeze them. Now, if you're a second person to the battle, so if you're assisting someone else, then you're good. Then it's really, really good. Because no one has the time to focus Mei, and then they're putting on a timer against 2 people. You almost confirm the kill every single time. That's great. But Mei, outside of the freeze, it reliant on her right click. As in, dependent on her. I would go as far as to say is if you can't hit headshots with May's right click, don't play May. I know people want to use classes with really cool abilities, and they're like, oh, it's all about how I use this ability. But the truth is it's how you use their attack. It doesn't matter how good you are with their abilities or what you can do with it. If you cannot use their primary attacks, then you cannot use that character. Indirect roast on progress. It's indirect roast on everyone that tries to play a character because they have one cool ability. So if you like Hog because of Hook, oh, there we go. If you like Hog because of Hook, but you can't hit his click, right or left clicks, don't play him. He's useless. Same thing with May. What's another character that people... actually, Junkrat is in that boat. Yeah. You have to be able to use the entire character skill set, not just one part. Hanzo, kind of like that. But I think Hanzo can get away with a lot with just Scatter Shot. I'm trying to think, is there anyone else with abilities like that? The really cool ability, but the hero itself is just ineffective if you suck with their primary. Yeah, I'm sure it'll ring a bell when I think about it. Yeah, Sombra's a good one. There you go. Sombra's a good example. Yeah. But you guys did win that one, barely.
With that first attack in that...
32.
Go ahead.
32.
But I'd also say more communication and don't yell out names just for yelling them out. That's a very weird, or it's a bad thing to do. Let's go back to this thing. That wasn't showing anything. So one, when someone yells out a name, usually it's because they're weak or there's some importance or some vulnerability with that. Whoever was yelling in the game was just yelling names for the fucking sake of it. Call out the Zen Orbs more. Wherever Discord's going, say where it's going. If you jump in with anyone on the team, like call it out. You're like, I'm jumping in now. Class switches, talk about it. And alt usage. All alt usage pretty much talk about. Except for maybe some DPS alts. Like Tracer probably doesn't have to talk about it. Genji, you could. But a lot of DPS alts maybe like kind of there's an opening and do it there. Yeah, something like that. I'm trying to think. What else we got? The first attack, the first time was the diva wasn't really being a tank. At least on point 2. She was just sitting on a cart while that was going. You guys had a little bit of trouble on point 3. Yeah, I'm trying to think of that one. I think it was an alright attack. Yeah. But don't worry about, or I would say maybe do, I don't want to say slow pushes, but remember the steps to taking a corner, right? Let me go over this. Actually, hold on. I actually have the pictures. Yeah, I got this. So, everyone well, I shouldn't say everyone knows this, but the first rule with corners, if your team is here, don't just hug the corner and hope to brute force your way through. There's all of this space. So what you have to do is you have to start cutting off angles. So essentially you have to slowly cut off this and then start going more and more and more as you progress this way. You can go around the long way and do that. But as soon as you start getting grown that way, then you can start pushing forward. The problem is a lot of people, and it does work sometimes, if, like what you guys did a couple times, where you just like hugged the corner and just ran as fast as you could. And that can lead to a lot of issues. Basically, you're just kind of going around the corner blind and hoping it works. Yeah, I would try to avoid that. The whole point of each corner, like, this is how all Overwatch corners work. Like, look, here's a corner. What do? You take this side. Right? You push down here, you get this angle. You start getting a better and better angle at farther. And as soon as you push them back by using this angle, then you go forward. The other thing with corners is, if you get to a corner like this, always go across. At least send one person across. Right, to apply pressure somewhere. Or this way. And apply pressure somewhere else. I think like almost every single corner in Overwatch is like this. This is one too. Even when pressing in here, don't just press in through this choke point, right? This choke point here. You spread out, you push in through this way. Essentially, you want pressure from all sides and not just a single side. Are the tanks the best option for doing that? No. Actually, the tanks are the worst option for doing it. What you want to do is you want to press forward with a tank. Or with a tank. And the DPS is because tanks lack range. And then you need to spread out and keep damaging them, get different angles. That's why as Junkrat on this map, what I do is I just follow the outside of the entire map. And I keep on putting pressure. Pressure, pressure. And I keep on forcing them. Like, I make sure the entire area they're feeling pressure from. And then all of a sudden they're encircled and you're attacking here, right? It's slowly choking the enemy off. But yes. That's how most corners work in Overwatch. Even this one, like, you don't want to just hold right here. Kind of want to spread out here, here, here. If someone could be up here, that's great. Usually not as good. But even if there's just one person that's sat back here and shoots a little bit and forces their attention from being only strictly here to now, oh shit, now we need someone here as well. All of a sudden, they're more split. And this is why it's good for someone to not even have to commit a lot here. And just force pressure this way. This is just like when someone runs past a choke point on Eichenwald. When I mistakenly did that quick play. And someone ran past your guys' choke point. And all of a sudden you had 3 people dive on this guy. And then the main choke point's weaker. That's what you're approximately doing here. You want this choke point right here to be weaker. And how do you do that? You attack from another angle. And so now they have to cover this much area. Right? They have to cover this whole span. So send the DPS forward. No, but not forward. Not forward. Sides. You want to basically encircle people so they have no way to escape, right? What I always say, you pick a side, cleaves to the center. That's what you always want to do. So if you make the enemy team in the center by encircling them, they have really shitty options. Each one of your options may be weaker because you have one person here, and here, but they still have to get to you. And so if you have a little bit of a long range class, they're like the soldier keeps on picking on us from over here. Even though the main threat's over here, like we can't go out that far to deal with the soldier, so we're just gonna have to like eat the damage. We're gonna have to eat it up, or we split our tanks up so they can defend both sides instead of both tanks defending one, and that makes essentially their choke point or their main route extremely weak. The best way I can describe what tanks do in all of this I'm trying to think. Imagine holding something down and then like stabbing it. Like that is one of the only ways I can think about it, right? The stab is the DPS, the hold is the tank, right? The tank has to reach out and stop whatever it is from doing whatever it wants to do. It applies a bit of pressure and it keeps this distance. And then come in, stab it. There's probably better ways to explain it, but like that's what you're supposed to do. The tanks create this space, DPS finishes it. It creates space, it allows the team to do what it needs to. Yeah.